Hi, my amazing planner friends. It's Jess from my magical planner, and something really exciting just arrived. So this is my Colorvent calendar, or my ink advent calendar from Colorverse. It's the very first year they've ever done it, and I'm so excited to open it with you guys. I will be opening everything included, so if you don't want to be spoiled by any of it, click off now and come back later. All right, so I did order this from Goulet Pens. So here's my Goulet Pen sticker. Isn't it adorable? I just love it. And then you always get a little piece of candy as well. It did come in an additional box beside this, really well padded. And then I opened it up and saw this box. I have not opened it further than that, so just kind of wanted to show you the overall packaging. All right, it is really big, guys. Look at how pretty it is. Oh my gosh. Oh, and it's heavy too. Oh my gosh, so heavy. So I don't quite know what to expect. It's been really under wraps. I think they did publish like a color chart that maybe went with it. So if you really wanted to see, you could. But so we have all of our doors on this side. I love the background image. It's so pretty. So many of their inks are star oriented. So let's see what they say on the back here. Christmas countdown. We are pleased to announce the launch of our Christmas collection which features 24 new colors in 15 milliliter bottles. I'm trying to think. I have some of their bottles. I don't know if I have any that are 15 though. Let me look. So a 15 milliliter bottle is this size, just for reference. And this will be a 30. I do have a bigger bottle of their ink as well, because I really like some of their inks. But that's kind of to give you an idea. So it's a good amount of ink. Each inspired by the universe. From December 1st to 24th, discover a special gift hidden behind each door. The gift will be presented in a Colorverse signature bottle, so I expect it'll be one of these bottles. This festival season, let us bring joy to your days with these extraordinary inks, which allow you to create moments as unique and special as the universe itself. Top 3 inks will be released. So only 3 of these are going to be coming. Oh, we get to vote here. Okay, good to know. So that's how you vote. Okay. While the Colorverse calendar is produced in limited quantities, following a comprehensive analysis of voting data via Google form and consumer feedback, we will select the top 3 Colorvent calendar inks as our most promising candidates for signature bottle inks. These will be released in upsized format at a later date. Participate in the voting, and a special surprise awaits you. Don't miss out. Okay, cool. So there's all the info on the back, and this was $180, guys. It was like a huge splurge for me, but I love their inks so much, and it's the first year they've done one, so there's just something really cool about being part of the first year. All right, just to give you a rundown of how I'm going to do this, I'm going to open up each door. We're going to look at the ink. I'm then going to swatch it on one of these ink cards. These are the coloring cards that I really like, and we're going to use that, and then we'll set them aside along with the bottle of ink for them all to dry. And once everything is dry, we'll take close-ups of all those colors. All right, last chance to click off if you don't want any spoilers for this year's advent calendar. Okay, let's go. So one is all the way down here. Super excited about it. Okay, I see red. So it says Supergiant for its name, and definitely the 15 milliliter bottles that I'm used to. I don't see any glitteriness in it, so maybe it's just a solid colored ink. We'll have to see, but I am gonna kind of shake it just a little bit. I am trying to figure out the organization here of how I'm gonna do all this. My desk is not as big as I would like it to be. Okay, so here's our card, and I have little pipettes And I generally do the smushed bag method for my swatching, which I really like. I also have a pilot dip pen that I'll use for writing on all the information. I do really love their bottles. I think they're really cool. Okay, there's our color. Definitely a nice deep red. And let's put it all out. It looks more orangey as I'm putting it down, but sometimes they look different through the bag. And now just dip. Oop. So I'm going to put up here ink vent. Day 1, and the color name, which is Supergiant. Alright, so we have a good way to compare the ink to other inks. I'm going to go ahead and just use this to do a nice swipe at the bottom. And try to dab on a little bit more on one side. All right, there is color number 1. We're going to set it aside to dry. All right, time for bottle number 2, which is up here in the corner. I do like the way they've designed this. Ooh, Edge of Night. It looks like it's going to be a blue ink. Again, I'm not really seeing any shimmer yet. Usually with the shimmer, you'll see it settle on one side. So I'm going to guess it's a solid colored ink again. So we have our next ink card here. And kind of make sure everything is all mixed together. I don't think they said if there was going to be a set number that would be maybe a certain type of ink or anything like that. So it'll be really interesting to see how that plays out. A little bit on the side there. That's okay. I should be doing this on top of the paper, shouldn't I? And then how about another? We'll do a swatch at the bottom. Oh, I did it on the wrong side. They look the same on both sides, but I tend to get the little grooves and stuff when I do it on the side. All right, and ink vent. Day 2. Edge of Night. Oh, and I should be putting on here that it's Colorverse. I forgot to do that with the last one. I'll just have to go back and do it. No big deal. Okay, on to day 3, which is up in this corner. Ooh, Moonlit Veil. Veil? Moonlit. Is it Moonlit? Yeah, Moonlit Veil. I'm guessing this is going to be a lighter color. Oh, sorry. Do the correct side of the card. We'll put the paper underneath. And I wonder if they're all going to be solid colored inks. I'm curious now. I like having a combination of different types of inks, although I was really lacking in just solid colors, so maybe that would be good for me. Oh, this looks like more of a black. Okay. Yeah, definitely I would say a lighter color, because usually whatever you get with that first stroke across here is more consistent with what it's going to look like. Okay. So we will put on here ink vent. Day 3. Alright, it actually wrote darker than I thought it would, so that's good. Alright, so there's day 3. Next we have day 4. Let's see here. See 5. Oh, 4's there. Sailing Stone. So I'm guessing this is a brown. Oh, there's words on the inside. Hold on. I missed this. Supergiant is a color inspired by supergiants, which are hot and bright stars. And number 2 was Edge of Night is a color inspired by the dusky moment when night ends and dawn begins. Number 3 is Moonlit Veil is a color inspired by the moment when the moonlight softly illuminates a dark night. And then Sailing Stone is a color inspired by the phenomenon of sailing stones, rocks that seem to move on their own. Okay. I think this is going to be a really nice brown. Let's see here. So again, I see no shimmer, and I don't really see any sheening going on with these either. Oh yeah, a very nice brown. Yeah, I think I'll like that one a lot, honestly. I didn't get very much on the tip here, so hold on. This is day 4, and we'll put Colorverse. Yep. I really have been putting the least amount I can on here. All right, come on. Sailing. Okay, I have to dip more, I think. Sailing Stone. Okay, and then I need to do the little swatch at the bottom. Oh, that's so light. All right, we'll see how that compares. All right, now we go on to door number 5, which is Rosette Nebula. Rosette Nebula was inspired by the beauty of the Rosette Nebula, a rose in space. I don't see any evidence of glitter again, just a solid color. So this could be a really good base for me to build off of, especially like my Pilot Vanishing Point. I love to put solid colors in there, so this may be really good for that. So kind of turn it a couple times, make sure everything's kind of mixed in there. Wait, I think I'm going to like this one a lot. That's my guess. So it is that red color, but it's a deeper red color. Like more of a dusty red, maybe. Ooh. Do Ink Vent Day 5, Colorverse Rose Rosette Nebula. Alright, color number 6 is down here. Kilonova. Okay. Some of these names are really hard for me to pronounce. K-I-L-O, Kilonova, because Nova is the last part of it. K-I-L-O-N-O-V-A. So it looks like it's going to be another blue ink. And down here it says, however you say that, I'm going with Kilonova, is a color inspired by the intense explosion that occurs when two neutron stars merge. Okay, cool. I'm guessing that's what the term means. All right, we'll put this here. Grab us another card. And again, I see no evidence of a shimmer or anything in there, but we will still kind of spin it around a few times. Oh, that looks like it's going to be a very bright blue. Oh, sorry. I already used that pipette. Look at how blue it's going to be in there. Oh my gosh. This is going to be gorgeous. I bet you it's going to be close to like a cobalt blue or something. That's my guess. Wow. Look at how bright it is. Okay, so swatch at the bottom. It's definitely a blue purple. And then Ink Vent Day 6. Colorverse. Kilonova. Alright. This one I have a feeling might sheen a little bit. We'll see. Alright, now for day 7, which is, oh, right here in the middle. Rover. Rover is a color inspired by unmanned rovers designed to explore the surface of planets. I remember when the Mars rover was launched. It was so exciting. I miss those days in some ways because you don't really hear about a lot. Oh, this one has shimmer, guys. We got our first shimmer. I wonder if the second week is all going to be shimmers. First week was not. That would be kind of cool. All right. excited. And their shimmers, I don't know, they perform really well for me. And so I think them, like my two favorite companies currently to get shimmer from are Colorverse and Venta. Because they just perform really well. So this is going to be a nice black with some shimmer in it. I think I'm going to mix it, or like shake it a little. Because some of their shimmers, like I think I've had one that, like the Monkey Head Nebula maybe, where the shimmer didn't stay suspended very long, and so I had a little bit of issue just with that aspect of it, and the fact that it's a really light color. Okay, I think we're good and mixed again. So I'll do a nice little swab here at the bottom. Oh yeah, this is going to be really cool. I definitely see silver. I'm not sure if I see like a slight blue to it as well. Possibly. I don't know. Are you guys really big into space exploration? I get the impression that the person behind Colorverse kind of is. So we're going to say ink vent. I should be writing Colorvent probably, but day 7. Colorverse. Rover. I'm excited to see how this one dries. I think it's going to be really pretty. It's almost like a brown black, at least currently, but they change so much when they dry. All right, on to color number 8, which is here. So let's see what we have. Ooh, Blue Moon. Blue moon is a color inspired by the phenomenon of a blue moon, which is the second full moon in a month. I wonder if they're going to have harvest moon in here too. That would be cool. Or super, is it super moon? Okay, don't see shimmer. See a really pretty blue. Gonna like that. Okay, here's our card. And yeah, I'm gonna do this first. Evidently I grabbed it first, so we're gonna do it first. Oh, so light. Like a sky blue. This might be really fun to do like art projects with. I like it through the bag. The bag always makes it darker though. There's my pen. Like, where did it go? What day are we on? We're on day 7, or day 8. Oh, that looks pretty. I feel like I have like, it's an Esterbrook Aqua or something that might be close to this. I like this a lot. All right, now for day 9, just next to day 7. It's another red one. Red Horizon is a color inspired by the Martian Desolate Landscape, Red Earth, and Horizon. All right, funny story time. I love Mars stuff. So when I was little, like really little, I knew that Mars was red and I have red hair. So I literally told everybody that I was from Mars because that's where my red hair came from. because no one else in my family has red hair. And my, 5-year-old logic told me it must be from a different planet. I think I'm going to like this one too. I have colored myself though. Just saying. I wonder how different this is going to be than that first ink. Because that first ink was really bright red as well. Maybe this will be a deeper red. Now, every time I lift one of these up, the bag looks like somebody had an accident. I swear I have not killed anyone. But a really nice red ink is always good. I think this might be deeper than the other one. We'll have to put them next to each other though to really see. Day 9 ink vent. I put that in a different order, but that's okay. It writes really smooth though. Colorverse. It's always hard to write after I've done the swatch because I don't want to smear the swatch. Red Horizon. Okay, day 10. So we're getting close to halfway, guys. Day 10's all the way up here. Ooh, Aquarius Whisper. Aquarius Whisper reflects the element of water that characterizes Aquarius, evoking the gentle ripples and tranquil movements of water. All right. I like teals. I think they're really pretty. And this feels like a teal. I keep on hitting the microphone. So there it is. I do not see any shimmer or anything again. It almost looks more green through the side, so we'll see if that holds true. Definitely a very green leaning teal, I would say. Or maybe a green blue. That might be a better way to describe it. There's a little drop of water in there. Hold on. There. All better. So, ink vent, day 10, Colorverse, I would have thought that this would be more blue leaning than it is with an aqua theme. But you know, I'm sometimes wrong about those things. On to day 11. Let's see here. Oh, up here in the corner. Davinci Glow. Davinci Glow is inspired by the phenomenon where light reflected from the earth, also known as earthshine, illuminates the outline of the moon. Oh, I wonder if this one's going to have glitter. Because I feel like glow means, oh no, no glitter. Can you tell I'm a glitter girl? But it's good to have solid colors too. I have not been disappointed by any of this. Sorry about that, my battery died. But we just swatched out the Davinci Glow. So I'm going to do my little swatch at the bottom. And yes, I lost one of my little Q-tips. Oh, that's so light. That's so light. Okay, I hope it writes darker than that. Okay, ink vent. Day 11? Yes. This is why I have to put the day number up here. So, Colorverse. I do like the way that it kind of has that transition of color there. That's really cool. All right, let's move on to number 12. Just down here. Number 12 with yellow. Sunbeam. Sunbeam captures the warmth and vibrancy of the moment when the sun's light hits the earth. Okay, hold on. Almost got it. There we go. No evidence of any kind of glitter or anything, so I think we have another solid color here. I don't have very many yellows, so this could be a really good addition for me. It does look like it might be a brownish yellow. So we'll have to see as it dries if it leans more one or the other. So ink vent. It does look like it's going to be a solid enough color that it's going to be easy to write with without it being too bright. But we'll have to see when it dries. So this is day 12. Colorverse. Sunbeam. I do think that we're getting a nice variety of colors, so I think that's a definite plus. But we'll just have to see how they all dry. Okay, lucky number 13. It's right here. Actually, it's right next to 12. Okay. Neptune Occultation. I think that's how you say that. Neptune Occultation is a color inspired by the phenomenon of Neptune being occulted by other celestial bodies. Okay, I do think we're leaning a little bit heavy on the blues, but I'll have to look at the end and see exactly how many blues we have. Not seeing any glitter. It's always the first thing I look for to see how much I need to shake it. So I always think they need to be shaken a little bit just to make sure everything's kind of mixed. That was probably my fault, the way it dripped off. Maybe this is more black? No, definitely a dark purple. Wow, that was a lot of ink. have a feeling this is going to be one of those colors that's a little harder to wash out of your pen. So ink vent, day 13. So we're past the halfway point. Colorverse. All right, on to 14, which is above 13. Pulsar Pulse? Is that how you say that? P-U-L-S-A-R? Pulsar? Pulsar Pulse is a color inspired by the powerful magnetic field and the radio waves of a rapidly rotating neutron star, a pulsar. I never heard that term. No glitter. Another blue. There we go. Oh, looks like it's going to be another vibrant blue. Let's see. Oh, maybe it's going to be more towards the black. No? Okay, I would say that's a vibrant blue. I don't know. Do you guys think it's a vibrant blue? It is darker, I would say, than some of the other ones. Like, has more blacks in it, but definitely very vibrant. I'm trying to think if I have any colors that are close to this. I'm going to have to really think about this one. I think so, but we'll see. Day 14. It writes really well, though. It's like some of them just write better than the others. And I think this is one of the easiest ones to write with. Oh, this one might sheen. I'm seeing a little bit of like an almost purple in there. That will be really cool to see. All right, time for 15, which is here. Brinicles. I'm going to pronounce this name wrong. I know. So it's B-R-I-N-I-C-L-E-S. I think that's Brinicles. Is a color inspired by the cold, mysterious ice picks or salt pillars that form beneath sea ice. There's sea ice? I didn't know there was sea ice. Okay, this looks like it might be another teal. And again, no glitter. So maybe we only have the one with glitter. That would be interesting. I feel like a lot of their normal inks have glitter. Am I wrong? Maybe the final day will be like a glitter additive that you could add to any of them. Wouldn't that be cool? Definitely an aqua. Day 15, right? Yeah. this side. Number 16 is right here. It is Eclipse Silence. Eclipse Silence is a color that captures the darkness and the silence of the moment when the moon completely covers the sun, temporarily blocking out the sun's light. So I expect this to be a really deep black. Okay, no shimmer. Sorry, I just realized how much ink I got on my fingers. It always happens, especially when I'm cleaning off that bag. Okay, so we have our little pipette. So I expect this to be a super dark black. Which everybody needs a super dark black. Okay, that seems really dark. So, ink vent. Date, was this is day 16, right? This is day 16. Okay, it's definitely a really nice black. Our next box. So we did 16, so next we have 17. Ooh, a green. NGC 2264. NGC 2264 was inspired by a photo of the galaxy taken last winter. It reminds me of a Christmas tree. So very deep green it looks like. Again, no glitter. Definitely a very like pine green, I would say. So I could see this being really nice for winter or Christmas stuff. Maybe if you sign your Christmas cards or something. So ink vent. Day 17. Yes. The name is funny to me though. GC 2264. I don't think we have any other colors so far that are like this. Okay, on to 18. She's right here. Oh, rip that a little bit. 18 is Morning Glow. Morning Glow is a color inspired by the moment when the morning dawn and the sky is bathed in a beautiful light. So I'm guessing this is going to be maybe a pinkish gray, just going off of that. We'll see. No noticeable glitter. I'm really surprised we don't have more variety in that aspect. Yeah, I think I see some pink undertones in that. Let's see. Very, very light though. Hopefully not too light to write with. This is, I think, 18. Oh, it even has a little bit of green almost on the edges there. So we'll see how that one turns out. I'm excited for that. Next we have 19. 19 is Milky Way. Milky Way captures the beauty and mystery of the Milky Way in the night sky. Oh, it does say glistening. I just noticed that. I don't think... The only other one that we had something on was J7 Rover, which also said glistening. Okay. So I'm gonna guess we have sparkle. Yay! Oh, really pretty sparkle too. This is gonna be a lot of fun. Oh my gosh, look at my hands. Sorry, I just noticed that. Okay. Oh, it looks like it's a purple. Oh, that's gonna be cool. I'm gonna like this one, I'm pretty sure. Oh, I forgot to put the paper underneath. Oops. Oh my gosh, I can already tell I'm gonna love those. Okay, I'm gonna shake you up again because I want to get as much of the true glitteriness as I can. Oh my gosh, look at this, guys. Oh, it's so pretty. If it performs well in a pen, I'm gonna be amazed by, like, this may be a I adore this color type thing. Okay. Ink vent. I keep on forgetting the K. Day 19. Colorverse. Milky Way. I love how they captured it because the Milky Way is so beautiful. Let me show you this. I don't know how well the camera is picking it up, but it's gorgeous. Okay, now for number 20. Where's 20? Oh, there's 20. White hole. I've heard of black holes, but not white holes. A white hole is the opposite of a black hole, and the color is inspired by the theoretical celestial object that emits matter and energy. Looks like it's another blue, like a very light blue. Let's see if we can get it out. Oh. There's been a few of these that are like, come on. Okay, there it is. No indication of any other ink properties than a solid color. Our little guy out here. That seems like a really nice color, but it may be very light. We'll see. Oh my gosh, you can't even hardly see that. Okay, well, we'll see how this goes. Drop of water in there, sorry. Day 20. Colorverse. White hole. Such an intriguing concept. So that was 20, which means we're on to 21. See, 22. Oh, 21's all the way up here. It's another red one. Giant Sunspot. Giant Sunspot is a color inspired by the giant sunspots that appear on the surface of the sun. Looks like it's going to be another red. This will be, what, our 4th red? I wonder if it's going to be more of like an orangey red. I do think it's a little bit more orangey than the other ones. Which would make sense, because it's kind of that red-yellow combination. Okay, 22 is down here. Portugal Meteor. The Portuguese Meteor. The Portuguese Meteor is a color inspired by meteor that streaked across the Portuguese sky in 2024. It looks very teal. It does say glistening, so we have another glitter. Oh, that's a pretty color. Pay no attention to the color of my fingers. How colorful do your fingers get when you're doing a bunch of swatching? Is it just me? Maybe I'm just a mess. Oh, I think I'm going to like this one a lot. So I can see a lot of the shimmer here. I'll shake again. It does look like the shimmer is settling pretty quickly in this. So we'll see how that works when I get it in a pen. Very, very light, but still legible. Okay, we'll mix it up one more time. In here, it looks like it's teal and blue. That'd be cool. So, ink vent. This one's really cool looking. This will be really fun once it dries. All right, on to day 23, which is down here at the bottom. Little space guy on it. Dente's Cosmology, I think. Dente's Cosmology is a color inspired by the view of the universe described in Dante's Algerian poem La Divina Commedia. I am butchering that all kinds of places. I am so sorry, people. It looks like another blue. Not a glistening, just a solid color. A little surprised by the amount of blue. I mean, I like blue ink. I just find it surprising. Okay, our swatch at the bottom. This makes it so easy to compare it to other colors because you can put them right next to each other. And then our writing at the top. I think I'm writing on the wrong side again. Okay, and our final color, dun, 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 day 24. Christmas Star. Christmas star is a color inspired by the Star of Bethlehem, or the bright shining star seen during the Christmas season. And it is a glistening ink. So we get a yellow glistening ink. Oh wow, look at all of that. That's gonna be pretty. And it looks like it's like an orangey yellow, where the other yellow is a little bit more brown leaning, or like had hints of brown in it. Okay, I think that's sufficiently glitterified. I feel like this is going to be like super shiny. So pretty. Okay, we're going to mix it up again before I do the swatch on the bottom and put my paper underneath. Always an important step so I don't color my desk as well as my fingers. It's a very bright yellow with lots of glitter. So pretty. Okay, one last mix up, although I'm not sure I need to, just to make sure. Ink Vent, day 24, and Colorverse. Christmas star. I like the name a lot. All right, we're gonna let all of these dry, and then I will be back to do close-ups and see if I have any inks that compare to them. And then at the end, we will talk about price and how that breaks down. So, all right, guys, all of our samples are dry. I have them all stacked up in order here, so we can flip through all of them. And then I also have my swatch cards for my entire ink collection. Don't exactly know how many I have. We tend not to count those things, but I know it's over 100. So with that being said, I figured I'd go through and see if I had any inks that really went with these colors. So we're going to start with Supergiant, which is almost, it leans a little towards the more orangey reds, I would say, but it's just a very simple red. Has a little bit of a brown sheen in here, not much, and I'm guessing you wouldn't even see it in the writing. It's only on certain papers that would even show up, my guess. So my inclination was to say that the ink that comes to mind that would be most similar in my collection is Captain Hook. So Captain Hook is down here, my reds, sorry. So here's Captain Hook. Captain Hook is a lot more, it's like a deeper red, more of a almost blood red opposed to this red. It does have the brown, but this brown is more prominent, I think. So close, but not the same. And I don't, like all of my other reds, I think are of that deeper kind of quality, besides maybe Esterbrook's Scarlet, which tends to lean more orange, and you can definitely see there's quite a bit of difference. So my thought is that the Supergiant would come somewhere between these deeper reds that I have, like the Captain Hook or Red Dragon and Private Reserve's Infinity Burgundy and Esterbrook's Scarlet in kind of the spectrum of colors. So if that helps you in figuring out if this is a red that would be beneficial to you, there you go. Day 2 is Edge of Night, which is this nice kind of solid blue, has a lot of shading in there. And this made me think of Lami's Blue Black. So we're going to go and find, oh, there's Lami's Blue Black. So I do think they have a lot of similarities, especially looking at the swatch at the bottom. However, Lamy Blue Black definitely has a black sheen to it. So it leans a little deeper than this ink. And I don't think I have anything else that is really close to that, to be honest. Most of my other blues, either they lean a little bit more teal because I gravitate towards that, or they have shimmer or something else added to them. So just flipping through to double make sure, because I do have a ton of blues. Maybe Document Fog Ray. Oh yeah, that might be a closer one than the Lamy Blue Black. This is Diatramentus Document Fog Ray, and as you can see, that at least on this darker side, that was a pretty close match. However, this does have a bit more sheen than the Colorverse ink. So I think that would be, yeah. I don't know why I have two of these in here. I must have two samples and not have noticed. Maybe that's a me problem. Next we have the Moonlit Veil, which is a very, very light gray. And no real special qualities to it. It does have some decent shading. It did write really nicely and wasn't too light, in my opinion, when I was using the dip pen. Now, as far as colors that I have to compare it to, I wasn't sure because I was trying to remember what are my grays. And I know I don't have a ton in that area. So I do have this one, but that's a little bit more greenish. Wizard Pencil is also, it leans a little bit more greenish, where this is a true gray, I would say. And that's a black. And then we go into browns. So I don't think I have anything that's even remotely close to this one, but I do think it's a good addition. I'm not sure if it's, sorry, I'm not sure if it's going to be too light to write with. We're going to have to experiment a little with it. Writing looks fine, but sometimes it's different when you get in an actual pen. Day number 4 was that Sailing Stone, which is a nice brown ink. I think I'm going to actually like this because it's a little bit between some of the other colors that I have. Let me find the browns. So here's our kind of browns. This one's Ferris Wheel Press Lady Rose, which is a little bit more of like a rosy. This is a Sailor ink, again, leans a little bit more towards the red scale. And this is Robert Oster's Chocolate Pudding. I think these are close. They might be in the same family, but this is more of like a cooler brown, and this is a warm brown. Ferris Wheel Press's Majestic Maple Syrup isn't even close. Noodlers. I think these are all really warm toned browns that I have here, and this is definitely a cooler brown. So I don't think there's anything in here close to that. It doesn't mean there's not anything out there that's close, just nothing in my collection. Next we have the Rosette Nebula, which is more of, it's somewhere between a pink and a red. And this is another color that I was like, do I have anything that's close to this? And I'm not sure. So let's take a peek here. I don't think I do, because it's kind of in between something like Noodler's Rose Coral and a red. So it's kind of, it would fall in that range. And I think it leans more red than pink, in my opinion. But again, nothing close, so that's a good addition. I mean, I like having variety to choose from. Next we have a more purple ink in one of the few sheening inks that we got. So it has a black sheen, I think it is, to it. It's a little hard to tell because of the shininess qualities. It looks like a really like blackish purple, or maybe the purple is shining through underneath of it. I'm not really sure, but let's see what we got here. So So it's definitely one of those blue-purple colors. Okay, maybe I just start fanning them out, right? Because I think I put... I'll have to look in both categories. Because, like, I feel like this is a lighter, almost version. That one may not be too far off. This is Venta's Blue Blood. But the sheen color is very different. So this is a red sheen, and this is more of a black sheen. But I think the base color may not be too far off. Happy Holidays is more blue. Let's go to the purple spectrum-y. Yeah, I think that's it, guys. Now, I am noticing that there is a little smearing on this, and that's pretty typical with any kind of sheeny ink. Just as an FYI, I'm getting some ink on my finger as I'm flipping through these. Next, we have the Rover ink. I think this might be my favorite ink that we've got, just because I'm really partial to blacks with glitter. We did get a whole lot of glitter inks in this, which is fine. I think this would be a great, you know, starter pack. So that's elusive blue. So it's wondering how close it would be to Night Sky. It's more gray. Definitely not there. No. Do I have a few in the other direction? Oh, Mother of Pearl. That's the other one I wanted to compare it to. Okay, this is more of a warm, almost brownish gray in comparison to the Mother of Pearl. This is a Venta ink, and they both have a similar glitter color in there. Although I think the Mother of Pearl has a stronger dose of the glitter, we'll say. Next, we have Blue Moon, which I think is a beautiful color. I am a little concerned that this might be too light. If it comes out how it wrote with my dip pen, that'll be great. But sometimes it will come out more towards that swatch color at the bottom. So, let's see here. I don't have anything that's close to this, which is surprising to me. But I do think it's a really nice color. I think this could be a good color if you do like ink painting and that kind of thing. It reminds me of a very blue sky. Then we have the Aquarius Whisper, which I was surprised was green. I don't know why, but I expected it to be more blue leaning. And this is another one where I'm pretty sure I don't have anything in this realm. I mean, that bodes well for giving myself variety. Because it's definitely, maybe this one. I think that might be TikTok Croc is kind of in that family, I would say. But this is a lighter version. A lot of my colors tend to be more like muted tones, and this is definitely not a muted tone. So I think TikTok Croc is really our closest comparison, but it doesn't have the darker sheen that TikTok Croc has, and it just tends to lend a little bit lighter in tonality. Next, we have the Red Horizon, which turned out very deep red. Here's it in comparison to that Supergiant. So this might be closer to the inks that I already have. So let's see here. So not quite Infinity Burgundy. It's more of a true red, I would say. Not far off of Red Dragon, though. I would say those two, especially if I go off of the deeper toning, they're pretty darn close. And they seem to have about the same amount of brownish color in it. This might have a little bit less, but that would probably be my closest. Then we have the Davinci Glow, which again is another very, very light ink. Like when I swatched it down here, you can hardly even see that it's there. So this one, again, if it writes the way it did up here, we're fine. If it writes the way it swatched here, I'm not. So let's see here. I was thinking maybe Wendy might be my closest, if I can find where Wendy is. Oh, there's Wendy. So when it's swatched on this side, it's even lighter than Wendy, and Wendy is pretty much not legible on most things. I do like the color overall. Yeah, I'm just not sure if it's too light. So we'll have to see with like testing it out. Next we have Sunbeam, and I was wondering if this was close. I only really have one, maybe two yellows, and I have one that was called like Sunbeam, or there's Golden Sands. Oh, Mixable Sunny Yellow. So they kind of had the same feel when they went down, but this is definitely more of a yellow, but it's not so bright yellow that you can't actually use it, if that makes sense. So, and it's definitely more a yellow than like a gold or even an orange. But it does have enough brown in it that I think it kind of counteracts some of the yellow so that it's very legible. I actually think I'm going to like this one. Next we have the Colorverse Neptune Occultation. I think that's how you say that. Which is another one of the sheening inks that we got. It looks like it has a black sheen, like a very dark black sheen to it. So you have this like blue purple color, and then you have the black, and it covered quite a bit. I did get a lot of ink on this swatch, so I don't know if that's why, but it's definitely very prominent. So I did kind of wonder about these two. That's definitely a darker blue. I don't think I have anything that really comes close, which is really interesting because you sit there and you think, oh, I do have something that's similar to that. But then when you actually look in comparison, look at them like next to each other, they're totally not. So this is another one where when I saw it, I thought Fire and Ice. And I think actually that is not a bad comparison, because they have the same color sheen and a pretty close base color. So this is the Pulsar Pulse, which is really pretty, and I like it a lot. And I know Fire and Ice is really popular. So I wonder, yeah, this might have more sheen than Fire and Ice, which I think I would like, because I'm kind of, if you look at the writing, you definitely see it a lot more in the writing than you do in Fire and Ice. But you can also see just how close those colors are. So I think that's a pretty straight on comparison there. Then we have the Brinicles. I'm sure I'm saying this is wrong. So this is like a lighter version with less sheen, I feel like, than Fire and Ice. Darker than this one. Wait, does this? No. Oh, and that's going to be more of like a brownish tone. So I think Fire and Ice might be my best comparison for those two. Then we have the Silent Eclipse, which is a really, really beautiful black. It has a little bit of a sheen because you can see that shininess quality in it, but it's like a black sheen on top of a black, which I don't think I have any true blacks. Like I have, hold on. So I have Hades, which I feel like is a true black, but it has blue shimmer on top of it, and Hades I love. I Am Cat is more of a gray. Mother of Pearl is more of a gray. That's more blue leaning. That's more blue leaning. Diamine Night Sky is darker, I think, than this. Definitely not that one. Wizard's Pencil is more gray. And the Parker Quink. I mean, I think that's probably my closest, but this is a darker black. And I like this better, honestly. I think it's going to work well in a lot of pens. I'll have to test it out, obviously, to be sure, but I'm excited to test it. And I need a good solid black. Everybody does. Next, we have the NGC 2264, which is a really nice green ink. It has a little bit of, I think this is brown in here. Sometimes it's hard to tell whether or not it's a really dark brown or a black, but I think this is brown. And I don't, again, think I have anything close to this because it is a true green. It does make me think of like a pine forest or like an evergreen forest. So the fact that they're relating it to the color of like, you know, a Christmas tree feels right. I do think these two are not too far off. This is outside of the glitter, obviously, but this is Ferris Wheel Press's Emerald Garden, which I really like as well. Envy is way too bright. That's too brown. It's too tealish. I do have evergreen here, but this is a deeper evergreen. Yeah, I think that's as close as I get is with the Emerald Garden. And this is a darker shade, definitely. They're not an exact match, but they're in the same family, I feel like. Next, we have the Morning Glow, which is another really nice gray. It does look a little light on here, so I'm not sure how that's going to work out for people. But as far as grays go, I'm guessing that this is going to be my closest to like the Troublemaker ink one, because they both have a lot of pink and other colors in them, but they're not as close as I thought they would be. Yeah, it's a really, really light gray. As far as lightness, I would say it is as light as Colorverse's Witch by Moonlight, which is a Goulet pen exclusive. Definitely different colors, but I don't think I have any other really light grays. Next, we have Milky Way. I love this color. I think it's phenomenal. I know I don't have anything that's close to it because I don't have any purple inks with blue glitter, which, can we just talk about how awesome that is? And it has a black sheen in there. I mean, come on. It looks amazing. And I love that it's a kind of in your face purple, and then you add that blue sparkle down here and it just looks phenomenal. So yeah, I think I might be voting, as long as it writes well in a pen, I'd be voting for this one to stay. Next, we have the White Hole, which is such a weird name. Now, I don't think I have anything that is super close to this. I did originally think, well, is it a lighter version of Rainy Day, which is another Colorverse ink, and I do love this one. But it's definitely a lot more lighter, I guess. More lighter. Is that a bad phrasing? Sorry, guys. But we're also going to look at it next to Windy. Oh, maybe, how close is it to Storied Blue? I feel like this is a lighter version of Storied Blue, maybe, because that's pretty close. Oh, sorry guys. So those are those two next to each other. I feel like that's pretty close. So maybe same family, but not exact match. Storied Blue is another really popular color, so that would make sense. This is their Tar Heel. Split on Cat. Where'd Windy go? There's Windy. No. Yeah, I think our closest here is going to be the Storied Blue. But like I said, it's definitely a lighter version. Next we have the Colorverse Giant Sunspot. A very orangey red is what I would say about this one. And we've been over my reds. I don't really have any in the, well, maybe that, like Esterbrook Scarlet would probably be my closest. And this is much darker than I feel like the Esterbrook Scarlet is, and it has more orange tones to it, like a deeper orange. And in comparison to some of their own inks, oh no, that's not the one I wanted. So there's the Horizon and the other. So you're kind of actually getting a full spectrum, I feel like, of reds, which is interesting. Next, we have the Portuguese Meteor, which is another one of their glitter ones they gave us. I think this is a really pretty color. So it's very tropical almost. Makes me think aqua. And I know I have like Esterbrook's aqua in here somewhere. Oh, and that's a Pelican ink. No, that one's way too bright. Okay, I feel like I'm missing colors here. No. Oh, there's aqua. I was thinking aqua was more this color. Just goes to show you. Oops. Yeah, those are totally not alike. Okay, so I guess, like, really, it would be in this area, but lighter, like more towards the Pelican Edelstein Apatite, A-P-A-T-I-T-E. But it's definitely a lot lighter. But that's my closest match. Next we have day 23, what was Dente's Cosmology, I think is what I wrote there. So this is a very dark blue purple with a little bit of black sheening on it. So I'm surprised that I don't have more of these that are really matching, to be honest. Because I feel like I have a good sampling of inks, but it turns out I could have used some more. I think that's my closest, which is Robert Oster's Summer Storm. This is another color that I enjoyed using this year. So this is a darker version, and it does have, I think, more sheen to it than the Summer Storm, but I think that's pretty close if you're going off the lighter edge here. Not exact, but close. And our last one is truly kind of a yellow-orange. It's really fun, and I like it. I don't know, it's very different than anything I thought I would like. It writes really sparkly here. I might have mixed it up a lot, and maybe that's why. But it seems like one of those colors that's going to be... But this is... So Noodler's Northwest Sunset is probably the closest in my collection because, like I said, I don't have a lot in here. Noodler's doesn't have the glitter, and is a deeper tone, obviously, but they're not too far off. Close enough that I would call them sisters. So it gives you an idea of where the ink would fall. I'm, again, not exact comparisons, but I thought it was really fun to kind of look at, you know, what were the different inks that we have and are they truly unique? And I think as far as inks that I have, they're pretty unique, which surprised me because I felt like I had seen these colors before, but my brain plays tricks on me and I'm sure yours does too. Now, as far as the breakdown of what we have here, so we have 10 inks that kind of fall into the blue category, or I'd say, yeah, I think 10 for blue, 2 teal, a brown, a green, 2 of that yellowy orange category, 4 in the red pink category, 3 grays, and a black. So that's a good spectrum of colors, I think, to go through. And it was surprising. It's not like they had a theme as far as like a Christmas theme, which I think makes this unique. Now let's talk a little bit about what you get for the cost. So the whole event cost $180 plus shipping. And that's pretty steep compared to the other ink vents out there. However, like the only other real ink event out there that I know of is the Diamine one, which is around $120. So it's quite a big increase. I haven't gotten, like I've ordered the Diamine one. It's not here yet. When it gets here, we'll do a full-on comparison between the two. But there is some difference in quantity, I believe, as well as the type of packaging you're getting. The Diamine has plastic bottles, I believe, and these are all glass, which is really nice. They're unique. So there is some cost that goes into that. That being said, you're getting 15 milliliters of ink in each one of these, which is more than enough. Like, I'm sure I'm not going to use any of these up in the next year, honestly, even if I do ink swaps and things like that. Unless I were to really concentrate on one of the colors, I feel like I wouldn't be able to do that. Guys, we have 360 milliliters of ink in this. That's a lot of ink. I think that easily doubles my ink collection in volume. Anyhow, so that being said, I do some breakdowns to see. They say it's a value of $300. So I was like, okay, I'm going to look. Is it really a $300 value, or is it less? Is it higher? So essentially what I did is I looked at their standard inks. How much is a 15 milliliter bottle? It's hard to find the 15 milliliter bottles. They are out there. They run about $13.50. And then any glistening or, glitter inks or specialty inks tend to run around $15. So with that in mind, I went ahead and ran my numbers as far as how many glittery inks we had, or specialty inks and base color inks. And my total came up to $334.50. So I definitely think it's a good value. If you like the Colorverse inks, you like inks that don't have shimmer or sheen, I think this gives you a good amount of those. And especially if you know someone for Christmas who is maybe new to the pen community or fountain pens, I think this would be a great starter set because you're getting some of those other inks, but you're not getting a ton of them, which tend to be more problematic. So you're going to get a good variety of colors and easy to use inks is my guess. So that would be my thoughts on that. I think it was a good start. Are these inks I would pick up for myself? A lot of them I do like. I tend to go more glitter, but it is really useful to have like base colors. So I'm happy with my purchase. I think it's fun and I always love a good mystery. So Let me know what you think of this ink calendar. This is the first one I've gotten since I'm fairly new to the ink community, I would say, or the fountain pen community. So let me know your thoughts if you've gotten the other Inkvent calendars before. If you think the quantity is way too much, do you think they should have done simpler bottles? They do have a 5 milliliter bottle. It is... I've seen it. People say it's hard to get a fountain pen into it, and I wonder if that went into the decision-making process. But I don't know. I'm happy, and I'm going to enjoy playing with these over the next couple of weeks, especially, and into the new year. So if you have any questions, feel free to put them down in the comments. If you like this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button over there. Until next time, I'll see you real soon.